Hey guys! Welcome to the latest episode of SV. Koraidon tried to get away, but before he can go any further, a figure stood in his way. A collective hums of confused sounds came from Ash's group as they realized who that figure was. It looked like Arven had decided that he was done playing the hard way. And so, the real game begins. It was a warm evening in the beautiful region of Paldea. Squawkabillies were chirping across the skies and finneysons swam through the rivers. Children were playing, people were getting home from work. Everything was fine, until it wasn't. Loud blasts were heard across Paldea region, as the shockwaves hit people. Chaos erupted everywhere, as Paradox Pokémon started rampaging, attacking everything in their path. Soon the warm evening turned into a dusk of destruction as Paldea League official statements ran throughout the news outlets. Director Clavel appeared on screens, informing the citizens of Paldea to take the safety precautions as Paradox Pokémon has run rampant across many places in the region. He also asked the favor of Pokémon trainers of Paldea, who has the league contract, to put a united front against the Paradox Pokémon to protect the people of Paldea, until the senior officers of the league find a solution to stop this destruction. Arven was hearing this with stone-cold eyes, as Clavel, Eater and Grusha discussed more about the legendary Pokémon Terrapagos. The very Pokémon he had drawn in that page from his memory. The memory which has so many more secrets that nobody knows except him and his parents, the professors of Paldea. With a focused mind, he suddenly sprinted out of the building. Grusha was quick to chase after him as Eater also followed them. They lost Arven midway as the broken debris of the building opened up many ways to go outside. But when they did reach the battlefield, which was a mess of debris and fire, they saw the visual which confused them as much as it did to Ash and Neymanar. Arven stood there facing Koraidon, a solemn look in his eyes as he stared at the very Pokémon who destroyed this place. He whispered something, but it felt very loud in the silence that engulfed them in that moment. It was a fleeting moment as another blast occurred right in front of them. A new Paradox Pokémon jumped in the battlefield right then, a ferocious look in its face as he started attacking them. Rika and Larry answered its attack. Arven doesn't even budge from his place despite the violent interruption, but Koraidon, not wanting to fight another Paradox, escaped. Arven immediately chased after Koraidon, calling out for Ash and Neymanar to stay away. Ash and Neymanar were perplexed but not the ones to leave their friend to his fate. They chased after him. Grusha also accompanied them. Eater joined Rika and Larry to battle what seemed to be a distorted ancient version of the legendary beast of Johto region. Briar has shown her a picture which looked similar. She couldn't help but wonder how would they counter this huge problem that has fallen upon their region if the perpetrator of this is indeed the legendary Pokémon Terrapagos, who has boundless strength, an entity who wields the powers of all 18 types of Pokémon. Briar's ancestor Professor Heath has written how he found Terrapagos in the heart of the giant crater of Paldea, also known as Area Zero. Eater voiced her concerns about the illustrations of Heath, how the illustrations are not very accurate to the corresponding Pokémon that appeared in Paldea. Larry didn't think it's a big deal, but Rika had her idea. She thought that the Paradox Pokémon aren't actual Pokémon species but creations of Terrapagos. Her fellow Elite Four member Hassel told her once, even an artist doesn't make the same thing twice, which could have been the case with Terrapagos. But why would a legendary Pokémon which has never made its presence known since ages to the point people think it's a myth, suddenly do something this violent? Ita wanted to call Professor Sada and Turo, but she couldn't do it while battling. They usually disappear in their research for long periods of time, but it's been very long since they last reported. As unreal as it sounds, maybe the key of this whole thing really is Arven. So the 23rd episode ends here, guys. The next episode is under production right now. I'll make sure to complete it as soon as possible. Follow my Twitter aka X account to get new updates. Be sure to like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so you won't miss my videos. See ya in the next video.